Vegans, have we stopped to realize that we have forsaken our fellow human beings and have made animals our daily priority? Humans throw waste food to other humans, yet we pet our animals as they eat the best food we provide. We say no to animal as food, but when last have you donated meals to a human shelter? Cold humans are ignored each day, yet our animals are cuddled in coats. Vegans, the homes of humans are now for animals, and the homes for animals are now homes for humans. Who should we really care for? Let's talk truth. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tina, and today we will be talking about whether or not vegans choose humans over animals. I know the first question will be thrown at me. Why us vegans? Well guys, while other human beings mind their own daily business, we are the ones who are trying to save the world from animal cruelty. Yet we ignore the fact that our brothers and our sisters who share the same characteristics as us are suffering out there, and they don't have an advocate for themselves. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is the fact that we have a lot of homeless persons that are living on the streets, that are living in various areas of our country and the world at large. We walk past these people every single day, guys. We think they are somewhat useless, as if they are of no worth in this world. Most of us humans in general, we take animals as our pets, and nothing is wrong with that, guys. I am not against us using animals as our pets, but remember that in a case where there is something going on with us humans, we can't turn to an animal to save our lives. We need another human who shares the same characteristics as us to help to save our lives. So while we're out there every single day advocating for animals to be free, when last have we stopped to help our fellow brothers? When last have we stopped to help our fellow sisters? When last have we looked at a homeless child and say, hey, let me take you to a shelter that will provide you with some amount of comfort, because I really can't do much, but guess what? They can. And these are the things, guys, that I think us as vegans need to really look into, to realize that animals were really made to live outside. Animals were made to be in the wild. And so when we see our fellow brothers and sisters who are living out there not eating anything, the food that we consider to be waste is what we throw to our less fortunate than us. But then we walk into the store and we buy the most expensive pet feed just to ensure that our animals are okay. Guys, we need to rethink these things, because at the end of the day, we need our humans, because truly they are the ones who will save our lives. It is factual that there are a lot of persons out there who have caused their own calamity, who have caused things to happen to themselves. But guys, we are here for each other. We are here to help each other. There are a lot of persons out there who have not eaten from morning, and we pass them on the road every single day, and we refuse to just stop for a minute and just hand them a plate of warm meal, hand them a cup of warm tea, just to ensure that they can go through the next few hours. Most of the time we scuff our nose and we walk the other side of the road as if these are not human beings like us. And we go outside holding up placards, willing to go into debate with other human beings about animal cruelty, but yet we just pass our fellow brothers and sisters who may be that potential person to save our lives tomorrow, and we go fight for animals and ignore that we just left our brother behind, hungry and in a worse off situation than us. This cannot be pleasing to the heart, guys. This cannot be pleasing to the soul, because at the end of the day, God made Adam and Eve as a companion for each other. If God knew that the animals were all that Adam needed, he would have never made Eve. And so, guys, we have to remember that while we are caring for the animals, we need to place just as much effort on saving our human beings by feeding them. Guys, I don't know if you know what it feels like to be hungry, but it's not a nice feeling, the feeling of hunger. And so, guys, if today you can stop by and help one, just one, less fortunate person by providing them with a hot meal, a hot cup of tea, or just your spare change for them to find something to eat, let's do that. Because at the end of the day, guys, Humans are our true companions, and we should share them with our animals, not animals replacing our humans. Alright, guys? We ought to remember that animals were made to feed themselves. Animals were made to go find food for themselves in the wild. We are the ones who took them in our houses and started making them into pets. Therefore, we had to provide for them. But these animals, if you realize when you take them out for walks, when you take them to the park, they walk with their head down, sniffing the ground because their number one instinct is that they are looking for food. We were not made like that as humans, guys. We were made as food should be provided for us. That is how God made us. God made us for food to be provided for us. So when we find a less fortunate person out there who has no food whatsoever, who has no one to provide for them, it is our responsibility, guys, as fellow human beings who are in a better position to provide for these persons, just as how we provide for our young babies. We need to provide for the less fortunate by providing them with some amount of food. Alright, guys? I know also that a lot of persons may say, animals have never hurt our feelings. Animals never broke our hearts. Animals were never the one to betray us. I understand all of that, guys. But the reason why an animal could never do such a thing to us is because they do not have the capability mentally to do these things to us. And so, guys, if these are the excuses that we're using where we now put animals to replace our human beings, it's just not good enough, because all human beings are not the same. And guys, let me tell you something also. If you should get sick tomorrow morning and you need to go into that surgery room for some form of emergency, the only person they can turn to is another human being. I'm sure that you'd be willing to pay one of these homeless persons, or even if you're not paying them, I'm sure you'd be willing if they volunteer to give you one of their kidneys, or if your child is sick and one of these homeless persons decided to give your child one of these kidneys, you would gladly take it to save that child's life. But guess what, guys? That animal cannot do that for you. An animal cannot save your life if tomorrow morning you need a heart transplant. If tomorrow morning you need a kidney transplant. If tomorrow morning you need a new pair of eyes. If tomorrow morning you need a new face. If tomorrow morning you need a new hand, an animal cannot give that to you. So therefore, guys, we have to ensure that we are paying keen attention to our fellow brothers and sisters who are less fortunate than us, who really don't have what it takes to survive throughout a day. And for us who are in the better position to help these persons, let us do so while we still fight for our animals. Alright, guys? Next point that I want to bring about is how much we care for our animals throughout the winter, but yet still we ignore our fellow brothers who are lying around so cold on the floor, on the dirty floor, every single day. Now, guys, how is it that you feel when you have your animals all decked up in coats and wrapped in your arms, but you walk past your fellow brother who is shivering on the ground, guys? This person is shivering on the ground. The same person who walks like you, they talk like you, they think like you, they act like you, and we walk past them. They are the ones who feel the pain like us, guys. An animal cannot feel the pains that humans feel because God did not make them with that level of sensory to know that their head hurts, their toes hurt, their back hurts, their knees hurt. They were not made with that level of capability to understand that level of pain. So yes, we're out there and we're fighting against animal cruelty, but have we stopped to realize that our brothers and sisters has been denied the privilege of care, has been denied the fact that somebody out there like them really just want to see them in a better position? Guys, it is really hard when we sit down with our animals well clogged to us, well coated, and our fellow brothers and sisters are lying outside in the cold, and we walk past them as if we have no heart and no conscience towards their feelings. These are the things, guys, that we need to fight for as vegans, to let other persons know that we are living the true meaning of creation, which is to first accept our fellow human beings as our companions, and then we take our animals as our playmates. Alright, guys? No, guys, I'm not saying that all vegans don't take care of the homeless or the less fortunate. We have some persons who really dedicate their time and their effort in helping the homeless and the needy, and that is well applaudable, and I completely appreciate the persons who dedicate their time towards these needs. However, guys, there are a lot of us, when we do give these homeless persons food to eat, we stay at a distance and we throw it to them. We stay at a distance and we don't even look in these persons' faces when we're giving them the food. But yet still, we feed our animals from our hands. And when these same animals will pass their feces on the road or wherever, we use our bare hands, guys, and we take up their feces into the bag made as a toilet. And we do it with so much pride. We do it with so much elegance, because guess what? We are taking care of our pets. But yet still, when we pass food, guys, food to our fellow brothers and sisters on the road who are less fortunate than us, we throw it to them as if they are the ones who are dogs, as if they are the ones who are cats, as if they are the ones who are some wild animals that are out there. How do you think their heart feels? How do you think they feel to know that an animal is treated better than them by their own race, by their own class, by their own fellow human beings? I know, guys, that if I was in this position, it could never feel good to me. So yes, each day we say, it is our moral standing where we fight against animal cruelty, because animals were not made as food. Well, guys, neither were humans made to be treated as animals. So if we're going to base our story off moral standing and ethical standing, our first point of view should be that we ensure that all of our humans are undergoing the same treatment as we do, by helping each other to find treatment, by helping each other to get food, by helping each other to get a shelter. Because, guys, guess what? If we don't stand up for our fellow human beings, by the year 2040, we're going to have all animals on this planet and we're all going to be extinct. You know why? Simply because we cared so much about the animals and we forgot completely about our fellow human beings, that we are all going to die. And these animals that we're trying to save so much are going to take over the world, live happily together, protect each other, and survive in a world that we cared so much to save for them. And so, guys, I clearly want to point out again that this is not me being against animal freedom. This is not me being against, saving our animals. This is simply about the fact that the level of energy and effort that we put into fighting for our animals, we have to remember that our fellow brothers and sisters are out there just the very same, and they are suffering and they are crying out internally for our help as humans, and we ignore them. And guys, if we really want to make a change in this world, we have to let the persons know out there that we really care. We have to let these persons who are less fortunate than us know that we really care for them, and don't have them feeling so sorry and pitiful for themselves that us humans, vegans specifically, has chosen to fight the world to save animals over them. There's this question that weighs on my mind all the time. How is it that we feel comfortable in ourselves when we go home and we wrap up with these animals? They sleep in our beds. They use the same utensils that most of us use. They eat out of our very plates that we eat from. But yet we just passed 5 homeless persons on the road, and we didn't even stop to ask them if they ate from morning. We didn't stop to ask them, are you feeling okay? We didn't stop to ask them, can I give you a pack of painkiller? What is it that you would really love today? And guys, these things hurt to the core, because they are human beings just like us. We can't feel comfortable in ourselves to know that we clothe our animals, we shelter our animals, we feed our animals, but the human beings out there that we just passed on the road, did not make any form of impact to our hearts for us to lend them a helping hand to say, what can I get you today? Is there anything I can help you with? How can we be so cold-hearted against our own fellow human beings and have turned to the comfort as animals as our new companions? This is not me trying to bash anybody who has an animal or anybody who chooses to advocate for animal freedom. Guess what, guys? I am trying to bring awareness to us vegans as well as the world at large that the time we spend on each day fighting so much to care for our animals, we need to place some amount of effort and interest into saving our fellow human beings just the very same, because they need us, they need our care, they need our love. And trust me, guys, it will make you feel a lot better if you help just one person. All you need to do, guys, is just help one human being per week if you can't do it per day, per month if you can't do it per week, but just help one less fortunate human beings as we continue to fight for animal freedom, as we continue to fight against animal cruelty. Let's understand that we also need to fight for our fellow human beings who are way less fortunate than us. They feel the same pains, they have the same aches, they have the same wants, they have the same needs, they have the same mind, body, and soul as we do. And therefore, guys, we really need to care for them as we do for our animals. Because tomorrow, if we let our animals go free into the wild, they will definitely survive, because that's how God made them to survive. For a human being, it is 10 times hard. Just as how we need to cloak ourselves to go out there when we are cold, our fellow human beings feel the same way. An animal does not need a coat to survive. They were made to live outside. They were made to live in the cold. So when we put them in coats and forget our fellow human beings, that makes no sense, because animals were made with the body type, the blood type, and the skin type to be outside. Humans were not. And so, guys, I do hope today that you find some amount of peace in yourself where you decide to help just one less fortunate. I will not be debating with anybody on this topic. Depend on how you feel, you act towards it. I know how I feel as a human being, and I am truly willing to save my fellow less fortunate humans. But guess what, guys? We have to make a priority, and my priority is to ensure that I save my fellow human beings. Have yourselves a blessed day, and I will see you next time with my next video. Alright, guys?